Right, hello my friends. I know it's been some time. I will explain where I've been a bit later on in the video, but I just wanted to do a first impressions of Soul Hackers 2. So this is a game that actually came out last year, and I've just been like really behind on the times. And I don't know, I just really wanted to talk about it because it's like in that genre of Persona games and, you know, Shin Megami Tensei, if that's how you pronounce it. And it's kind of... there's a lot of goofy stuff in this game, but there's also like a lot I like. So I didn't really know what to say. So yeah, quite ironic when I said I know what I want to say, and yeah, whatever. So basically, this is obviously a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei, much like Persona is a spin-off, and then it sort of became its own thing. Obviously, all the demons and like skills and stuff are spread across each of those series. So that's one of the things that which is obviously pretty noticeable. If I had to compare it to one of those two other games that I mentioned, like Persona or Shin Megami Tensei, this one is closer to Shin Megami Tensei than Persona, other than the art style. In terms of like skills and like party management, it's more like Shin Megami. Oh, I'm just going to call it SM Team now because it's getting a bit annoying. So there's like a lot of changes as well, which is quite good. So obviously, like wind skills are no longer called Garu. In this, they're called Zan or Zen or whatever. So that's like one of the differences that makes it a bit different. For the most part, I actually like the combat in this game. It's not too bad, although the combination of demons is basically the same for every fight. It's actually annoying. Yeah, it's kind of weird as well because you take it in turns, like not just a normal like, you know, RPG like turn-based, whereas like it can be in any combination of the characters going. So like I'll do a video on Persona 3 as well sometime. And for some reason, ever since starting this video, my jaw has just like been in loads of pain. Oh, your level is lower than mine. Oh, what a penis. Yeah. Anyway, so instead of like it being a random order for each of the combatants, including you and the enemy, it's your whole one of the teams goes first, and then the next team. However, with your team, you get things called... I can't even remember what they're called now. It will literally say at the end when I do it. It sort of builds up this meter, which is kind of... well, you see. So that persona I used was like a version of Jack Frost, and you'll see him like floating above the enemies there. Gonna have to use an item. Fully heals one ally. Cool. Yeah, so your demon or persona, or whatever you want to call them, they kind of just hang in the air there until the end of your turn. And as long as you've at least got one there, or one stack for this attack, it will do like an extra attack at the end, which is the animation I skipped earlier. This, where your main character Ringo Star, she'll summon all the demons that have attacked and exploited an enemy's weakness, and they'll do like this attack at the end. Which I don't actually dislike that mechanic. It does get a lot better in the end. There's like additional effects you can get to it. So one of the effects is like if you do like this weird quick time event, you regain health, which I think's pretty neat. I haven't actually got that demon that has that skill to do it. Yeah, that's the one thing I really sort of dislike about this game, is that it's just like nearly every fight is just like this. It's like, you know, exploit weakness. And I think it could have done, you know, maybe a bit more in terms of I don't know, enemy variety, I guess. It's probably just like my bad RNG as well. You get the demons that you smell like a weakling Great. I'm like pretty under-leveled for this area as well. Let me guess. The door's locked from the other side. Right, I'll go to an area which I can actually go to. Oh, I haven't even got a healing skill either. That's amazing. So yeah, most of it is like SMT, where you just go into a dungeon, and that is like literally a separate entity from sort of everywhere else, and there's no... the game doesn't really like force you to go back into sort of like everyday life stuff like Persona. You can just literally go around to everywhere without stopping, and then you have a safe house which you literally just regain health and whatever. The story doesn't progress unless you like really force it to, whereas like Persona, it has to progress, if you know what I mean. So this is like the item shop, which, well, one of the item shops which has better items which you actually use, but you have to exchange it in for like materials and stuff, which I don't particularly like. Weak force damage to... Yeah, like, to get an attack gem, you need to give all these materials. Like, no. I'm not doing that. Less likely to be afflicted. Okay. Yes, well, there is actually, like... So, one of the things I dislike is how many menus there are. So this is your party, so that's the main character, and then this, well, spoilers, but this is done in like the first level of the game, so it's not particularly going to be spoiling much, but basically these three characters are dead, and you revive them by using a soul hack, you know, the name of the game, and they become your party members, and you basically have control over them. You can't, like, it's not like Persona where you can get them to auto attack and stuff like that. You literally have to control them, and their demon summoning abilities are linked to you. But anyway, so unlike the other two games like SMT and Persona, they don't have fixed personas, so you can literally change. Is it going to let me? No. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the menu's a bit weird, so you can literally change everybody's demon, which that's kind of one of the things I don't really like, although it is a feature which is in, like, party management is a thing that's, you know, quite prevalent in all of the Persona games. It's just like you don't have a dedicated person for, you know, Zeo skills, you know, the lightning, ice, fire. You have to manage that all yourself, and getting better demons of that level as you progress through the game is just actually annoying. It's like the one feature I really don't like. Oh, cool. So this is like your upgrade thing of upgrading your basic weapon. So for Ringo, she's got like this weird square sword, which you probably would have seen earlier. And you can... Oh, this is the funniest thing, right, as well. You can get upgrades for it, which give you like better skills in the actual battles, and one of them is where is it? Have I actually bought it? Yeah, can change one ally's demon. You can only do that once per like allied turn, which is kind of annoying. So lots of times I like fuse a demon to get better ones, like you normally do, and yeah, it's just yeah, so I have to waste it on that basically. Yeah, and you just upgrade your basic weapons there as well, which I'm not, you know, a massive fan of. I'll go to the... Where is it? Yeah, this game is literally loads and loads of menus. I've probably gone to the wrong place. Oh, here we are. So it's Endeavour, basically, as the...
Wish to register?
That's like the master of this place, because there's lots of there we go. So I'm playing this on a PS5, and it's just like the you know, options button never looks the same in each game. Right, so
what use could this demon?
Whatever. Yeah, summoning demons in this as well is like ridiculously expensive. It's like in Persona 3 and SMT5. It's just like 62,000 for a level 16 Jack Frost. Are you actually joking? That's like I don't know. That's a joke. So you would have seen these like little symbols as well next to all the demons. Hang on, that can't be right. 193,000? Is that a joke? Yeah, so all these ones up here are all DLC ones. Like, you're telling me Satan is a DLC persona? That's just ridiculous. Yeah, Mara as well. Masakado. Isn't she the protagonist from the original Soul Hackers that's on, like, DS or whatever? Zogongen. And I've never seen that one before. That's from SMT5, or probably earlier, but whatever. That's one of the ones I always used in Persona 4. But whatever.
What can you pay the price?
A Sabbath attacks, that's what they're called. So that was one of the ones that has... hang on. Another possibility created by Aeon. Yeah, whatever. Check skills. So, during that Sabbath attack, small HP recovery for all allies cures all status elements other than KO. Which is, you know, kind of cool. Yeah, I like this persona because he just looks like ridiculous. Mad Gasser. I mean, what is that? Yeah, kind of dumb. Should we do a fusion? I need to just like get some ones I don't particularly want. Yeah, sorry. So I was saying earlier these little red symbols at the end. So each persona can, or I keep calling them personas. Each demon can only get up to 4 skills. They usually start with 2, and then they level up and gain like 3 more. Once they're at their max level, well, when you unlock their last skill, they basically say something to you, and then they give you an item. And if they've given you the item, that's where the little red symbol comes up, and the little item basically can be it can be used as like an accessory. Most of the ones I've got, let me see. So it's just like electric augment. So you get that from like demons that have got electrical abilities, and each of the summoners has like mystique affinities, as they call them. So they're better with them. So you've got fire, ice. So Agi, Bufu, Zio, Zen, Ruin, or well, it calls it Force, doesn't it? Although it's actually electricity. And Almighty is that symbol I can't select, and then healing and support. So for those, it's just like increases recovery skills by like 20%, decreases MP cost for support skills, because obviously they're not going to make it so overpowered it gives you like an extra turn of buffs. So Ruin is obviously like a replacement for darkness and light skills, but most of them are like status effects as well, so it will do damage but also like set enemies to sleep. And also this game is ridiculously harsh on some of the like status effects. There's a boss fight and it's got that Lenin Cider, whatever her name is. It's like the floaty woman with the long hair. So she was like one of the enemies in this boss fight, and she set my whole party to sleep for 3 turns. It's just like I was just getting literally obliterated. It was pretty ridiculous. Yeah, so it's quite annoying. Some of these you can't actually equip on other characters. Like I can't equip an ice one because she doesn't have any affinity for it, which obviously boosts, you know, ice powers. And then you obviously have to link that up to what personas they've got or demons. It's just a lot of management for like. It's like it's more management than Factorio, and obviously you get all these DLC outfits as well. I'm pretty sure I got these for free because I got this on sale.
Not bad. Well,
it's weird that I haven't. Yeah, like that. That just looks weird. So you got obviously the Yasugami uniforms from 4, 5. I want to see if there's actually a Gekkoukan thing. And then you got your weapons there. So she's got like size, like, you know, Wang Yi in what do you call it? Dynasty Warriors. And then you can equip all these special effects. I'm pretty sure it's all 5 are fixed for whichever character can get them. So for Ringo, I've got surveillance scan. So battle starts, you get to analyze one enemy, which I'm pretty sure none of these others can get. So this guy Saizo has got increased chance of obtaining items from defeated enemies. I think this is only the 4 party members you can get throughout the whole game. And this is, hang on, I just want to see how long I've been playing. 8.5 hours. Yeah, I was meant to play this more today and be further in, and then I sort of forgot because I started watching Railgun T. It's actually really good. There's like an absolutely ridiculous fight in it as well. Right, so we'll show off some more general gameplay. Actually, I don't want to be here, so I'll went to the wrong place. So yeah, I should mention there's 2 main characters. There's one which you wouldn't have seen. She's called Fig, which basically looks like Ringo but pink. And yeah, she so they're basically like these AI creations in human bodies for. Oh, I can get a better squirrel. Cool.
What do you desire, Ringo?
So they're for this thing called Ion, which is like looking over humanity, and they go and it's a bit hard to explain, but they overlook they overlook society and the world, and they're trying to prevent the end of the apocalypse, and that's how the Ringo and this other girl are linked. And then they've got like these special abilities that only 5 people in the world can have and stuff. So it's another thing I want to talk about, some of the skills. So each character has these, but Ringo unlocks them like differently. Ooh. So as far as I know, you can unlock some of these later on. So obviously I've picked Tresto, you know, the one which you can just escape a dungeon for free, because I hate using items in these games. I don't know why. And optimized process, which is, as a chance you don't use MP, so I'm very conservative with my stuff. Increases luck. I'll go for that. So then I can choose to unlock electricity stack, which is obviously one of the new skills on the left, or demon skill unlock. So there must be like some sort of tree for these things.
What do you desire?
Oh, cool.
New function.
Let's see what that is. Estoma. Oh, for a given distance, enemies 3 levels below Ringo will not appear. That might actually be quite good. Demon allies skill slots by 1. Cool.
Say.
Brings back.
What? What do
Yeah, I should mention unlocking these skills as well.
in the name of evolution.
What do you call it? Requires that you're like friends with your allies. So sometimes when you're in dialogue with people, it will give you 3 options related to your 3 allies. I just want to quickly talk about this first, and then I'll talk about that. So yeah, it give you like 3 options, and it will increase your soul level with one of your allies, which when you get up a soul level, it increases their abilities that they can use, and your abilities, like those things I literally just mentioned earlier.
Shall we?
Right.
You sure size? How's this gonna go?
Want to make a bet?
How's this gonna go?
Taking a gamble?
Yeah, so you would have seen at the start of this
You're on a roll.
dungeon as well
Can you hit
that so she sort of sent out all her demons, and that's what I was talking to earlier at the start of this video, when they go and you go and talk to them, and they can either find like you an item, gold, or what was the other thing, or demon allies to join you, but you've got to be higher level than the demon, and also they'll like ask something in return of you. So like usually you have to offer them like 5 grand to join you. So here he'll have a material. Prime, I didn't read that. Yes, well this is linked to the story, like they oh, See, he'll ask for like 5,000 yen, which I don't want because I've already done that before. So these levels as well are linked to your allies, which is like part of their soul, and you got to find out more about them because they're sort of dead and they're missing like some memories or some vital part of information. So this one is that guy's, the guy with the green hair and the white suit.
Go you.
I should mention as well, the characters in this game are incredibly annoying. Like,
Stay sharp, Melody.
see, they'll talk to like the characters like that, and then when you select a skill,
How about
so if it's a good skill, they'll say something like, "Oh, this will be good."
I'll rip you apart.
But if you pick an attack that's not going to do much, they'll be like, "Oh, maybe a bad idea."
This is nothing. You're in for it now.
Oh, they didn't say anything. Usually Arrow like pipes up and he just says, yeah, they just spout nonsense basically. This game as well, one of the, like, as much as I like the art style and I don't think the story's actually that bad, it's kind of dumb in a way. The game really likes to waste your time. So originally I think this was a normal movement speed, and there was literally no way of changing it. Like, you literally had no choice but to move that. Ooh! Might as well. I don't actually have this guy. And I'm not going to waste, like, 30 grand to summon some demons just to get him. But whatever. So, yeah, I think this is added in a patch, this dashing feature. Also, one thing you can do is that if enemies in the overworld are doing that, or following you, you can literally just like interact with any object and they disappear. One tactic I do if the enemy's like so low level, I will literally just do that. They get knocked on the ground, which if I move into him, will ambush him. Or there's a chance of the ambush, but you can just knock him on the ground like that and run past him. That's what I do, because it does get tedious, like a lot of these games do. Like, as much as I think the combat in Shin Megami Tensei was, give me some of your HP. When it says give me some of your HP, it's basically like 3/4 of it. So if it's that, I basically never go for it. I've already had that one. I do like the noises the demons make, especially that one. It's quite cool. So, oh, you've probably noticed the little owl thing. It looks more like a penguin, but that's apparently an owl. They said that is Fig talking through that thing to us, which is, whatever.
Let's take it.
And she doesn't shut up either, but I don't actually mind that because it's kind of linked to exploration. It's not really in the same sense of, I need to know every visual cue whilst in a battle, although I've got eyes and can see, and it's obviously quite good. Like, if we go on the demons, which is a good example for this. So obviously it's got the affinities, and that little shield is resist. The broken shield is weak. Have I got one? Yeah. It's got a reflect symbol, and then there's the health one is obviously drain. So it's all coordinated like that. It's something they introduced in like Persona 5, I think. But I don't think the symbols are that good. Actually, no, it was introduced so it had a version of it in Persona 5. But in SMT 5 they upgraded it, so it actually was like more visually striking, which I do like. Yeah, because in Persona 5 it was just like still the names, wasn't it? It's like RPL for repel, drain, WK for weak.
Let's finish this.
So he's weak to ruin. Well, we'll just use heat wave. Yes, well I can't remember what they're called now.
Alright. Slice 'em.
Yeah, so that special attack at the end as well, it's only if you hit the enemy's weakness, so I'm presuming there's going to be bosses later on which don't have that. Don't have weaknesses, so you can't like exploit it. And nobody gets knocked down from doing a weakness as well, from hitting their weakness. And yeah, it doesn't build up the gauge if it's a critical hit, even if it's like a demon skill. Also, this is like a glitched bit of area, so you need like soul levels to unlock bits of this as well with your allies. Are you sure you're ready to unlock? Like, the animation for this could be a lot longer, well, a lot shorter, sorry, and it would just waste your time, like, doing this. See, was this really necessary? I don't know. It has got a fast forward option, so obviously people must know. And when you unlock these things as well, you get different skills for your party members, so it's kind of worthwhile to actually do these instead of going on with the main story. So you actually become stronger. Yes. Increases strength. You know what, that might actually be a good idea. Thrifty habit. Blah, blah, blah. I do like these, the portraits here, but though sometimes it will have Ringo on the screen and it'll be like a character without a face. So it'd be like a generic NPC, and it kind of looks like she, just like the way the UI is laid out, it doesn't seem right. It's like she's talking when it's not her. But basically that's all I wanted to say. This is Soul Hackers 2, and that's been a first impressions. I know I've been away for a while, and I just want to get, I'll just say this quickly at the end. Thank you for watching if you did, and most of you can probably quit here if you don't want to know what's been going on. But I've had like 4 family members have medical issues with them. 4, that includes the dog as well. So last year my dog had a, it's going to be story. You can hear a voice coming from somewhere.
Seriously?
Yeah. So so my dog had an operation on his cruciate ligament last year on his, which leg is it now? On his left leg, and now it's his right leg. So, and I'm a massive overthinker, so I overthink all these things. My gran's like got this growth. My dad's had a mini stroke, and my mum's eyes are basically going to explode. It's just, I don't know. It's been a lot for me, and then obviously there's been that situation with that girl, which basically last couple of days I just ignored her, and it's all devolved into like, we shouldn't talk anymore. It's like, fine, okay, just throw away a year then. So I will have a lot more time on my hands because I won't be faffing around with her nonsense. So I just wanted to get that off my chest, and this video is a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but thank you very much. I do actually enjoy this game, and I don't know, I'll probably get it on sale, maybe play it on a lower difficulty if you really don't want to just like have to do the same thing 500 times over and over again. It's like it does become a bit tedious with just like, you know, the same fights. But yeah, the boss fights are actually quite good, which I'm not going to show because it will be not that I can actually find one. But yeah, this game's kind of good. But thank you very much for watching if you did, and I'll see you in an equally poor Persona 3 video where I complain about how bad it is. Right, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.